Hello, everybody. I'm Zach Foster, recently back from a hell of a 2-week trip to Washington, D.C., and also to Indiana. Washington, D.C. was for the Young Americans for Liberty National Convention, which was very fruitful. And then Indiana was to visit a special someone, which is actually the inspiration for this video. And I like to title this message, The Revolution is About Love. I will fully admit to you folks, I am in love. And I recently met a beautiful rose in the state of Indiana, and she just captivated my heart and is absolutely everything that I want in a woman. And I really, really hope that our relationship works out. And this is why I want to talk to you about why I'm in the revolution now and why I've actually seriously rethought my motivation for participating in this revolution. Now, when I say the word revolution, I don't mean anything violent like the American Revolution, as justified as it may be, and God forbid we should ever have anything particularly mirroring the Russian Revolution or the French Revolution or the revolutions in China, all of which were very violent, and definitely not anything like the Marxists are advocating. I mean, we are in the middle of a wonderful, peaceful revolution in which so many people in our society are awakening to new ideas, or maybe old ideas, older ideas of liberty, as espoused by many of our founding fathers and the people who fought in the Revolutionary War and who are the original patriots. There are a lot of wonderful, lofty ideals in the spirit of '76, and we're working on bringing those things back into this society today, which is so plagued by so many social ills, and a lot of these ills, unfortunately, were fostered by the federal government and then the state governments whenever they're trying to mirror federal policies. Now, originally, when I got involved in this revolution, the Greater Liberty Movement, some people call it the Ron Paul Revolution, I did it because I was angry because I saw how many government policies were directly and negatively affecting me. For example, thanks to the Austrian School of Economics, we now know that one of the main reasons for this current huge recession that we're still in, that started in 2007, 2008, is because of federal intervention in the housing market and also the Federal Reserve just inflating and financing all these stupid government interventionist projects. And that's why there's such a huge recession. A lot of the same things the government was doing in 1929 that caused the Great Depression, the government is doing today, and that just caused this recession, which caused so much unemployment and underemployment. And like so many millions of people, I was unemployed or underemployed for years, and that really stifled my financial growth. It actually wasn't until I just started being an independent contractor that I started making some real money again. But I saw how those policies negatively affected me. I also saw how the tax policy is just absolutely flawed. I mean, I am a self-employed, I'm an independent contractor, and the self-employment federal tax just keeps going up and up and up. Now, I don't mind paying all the taxes. I mean, some of them are necessary, I do believe. I like driving on public roads, and I like that our kids are able to go to public school. But really, most of the tax money that I am paying is through Social Security or Medicare, neither of which are programs from which I benefit, and neither one of these programs do I plan to partake in at any point in my life. I'd rather stick with my private insurance. Another thing is the wars. I've lost a number of friends in these wars, and frankly, we got to question what the cause for the wars is and whether the original cause is still what the objective is now. The Iraq War is technically over for the U.S. military, but there's still a strong contractor presence in Iraq, and there's still a low-level insurgency there. And the war in Afghanistan rages on, and it's been almost 11 years, and we have no idea when the end is going to be. And President Obama recently extended the troop presence there from 2014 to 2024. This is a huge problem, and being the world police is not what our founders envisioned when they secured our independence from Great Britain. And really, the war, so much spending on the war is, so much inflation to print money to spend on these wars is one of the things that makes our dollar more and more worthless by the day. And these are things that affect our purchasing power. They affect people like you and me. Also, so many unjust laws. 1 out of 6 people in prison is there for drugs, even if it was a nonviolent crime, especially marijuana, even though sex offenders and violent criminals are being let out early to accommodate drug offenders in the prisons. That's just something absolutely ridiculous. And friends that I know are in prison now because they had the audacity as adults to sell marijuana to adults who wanted marijuana, even though they had their medical cards and their state paperwork and they were in full compliance with state law. But because it was against federal law, now they're in federal prison. I think that is absolutely wrong. And I see so many ways that these government policies have impacted me and impacted people I love. That's why I joined the revolution. So it was largely selfish. It wasn't like it was maliciously selfish, but I joined this revolution and I got involved because I didn't want these things to happen to me. Well, now that I'm in love with a beautiful Rose, a wonderful woman, and she's got a child too. And now I see how a lot of these government policies have affected her. She is suffering too. She also is underemployed now because of a lot of cutbacks that are still happening in this recession. And now she's had to find other lines of work, very backbreaking menial work, which a lot of people want to do, and really which is beneath her level of training, her skill level that she went to college for, and working all these extra hours. She is just so exhausted, to make ends meet. When before the recession, everything was pretty well, and she's a single mother, so she's got to work that much harder to provide for that child. And meanwhile, the purchasing power is slipping away, and she's known people that have died in the wars too, and I can see the way that this woman is suffering the same way I'm suffering. And it's one thing for me to be negatively affected by government policies, but when somebody that I love unconditionally, when somebody that I love with all my heart and soul, that I love more than I love myself, is suffering from these policies based on failed government intervention, that offends me so much. And what now that I'm starting to gain prominence in the revolution, I'm getting more active, I'm taking more of a leadership role, more people are starting to recognize me. I really had to rethink what the revolution is about. It's not just about liberty. It is about love. It is about people like me and you who have people in our lives that we love. And we want life to be better, not only for ourselves, but we want life to be better, especially for these people. I want life to be good for this woman that I love. I want life to be good for the two and I, so maybe we could try to build a life together if it works out. And I especially want things to be better for her little boy, he's small now, but God forbid that he should grow up and have to face the same horrible economy or the same endless wars that we're facing right now. That's not what I want for our country. That's not what I want for our future. And that's not what I want for the woman I love or for the child. That is why I'm in this revolution. That's why I'm in the liberty movement, to restore government to within its constitutional limits, to abolish the Federal Reserve, to get back to a sound monetary currency and restore freedom and individual liberty for citizens so that people can run their lives the way they ought to see fit. Because right now in our country, we not only have a terrible economy and a nanny state that's bordering on Big Brother status, but we also have a contradiction between the idea that we're a free country and the reality that the federal government is telling us we know what's best for you. That's why I'm in the revolution. The revolution is about the people that I love now. It's not about me anymore. It is about the people I love. And freedom comes with risks, just like this relationship I'm in has a lot of risks. Maybe it'll work out between her and I. We're kind of taking it slow right now. If it works out, that's great. Maybe it won't work out, but the only way to find out is to try and to have the liberty to try. Just like the only way to find out whether you can be a successful entrepreneur and grow your business and make your American dream come true is to try and have the liberty to try without some government or bureaucratic red tape stopping you. So from now on, folks, for me, this revolution, this peaceful revolution, the greater liberty movement, restoring government within its constitutional limits and it's empowering individual citizens like myself and the woman that I love, it is for love. I am no longer in this for myself. I am in this for the people that I love. And I hope that all of you will rethink the reasons why you're in the revolution. And I hope that you can think of the people that you love. And I hope that that really gives you the inspiration and it reinvigorates you to go out and try harder and work harder and keep campaigning and keep doing the activism and to take a leadership role in this peaceful revolution and to keep agitating, educating, and organizing people until we have restored government to within its constitutional limits and until this truly is a free country again and the same city on the hill that it used to be so long ago. So for me, I'll say once again, it is about love. I am in love. I want the freedom to be economically prosperous. I want the freedom to run my life the way I see fit as an adult. And I want the freedom for her and I to be able to pursue this relationship, to see if it works out, and to see if we succeed together. Sort of like a romantic entrepreneurial venture, if you may. I mean, it's a cheesy reference, but really, that's my new reason. And I'm so thankful to God for allowing me to have met her and for bringing me into the liberty movement and for showing me such great leaders and thinkers like Ron Paul, Ronald Reagan, Barry Goldwater, and even old thinkers like Ludwig von Mises, Murray Rothbard, Frederick Bastiat. I hope the revolution will succeed, just like I hope this relationship will succeed. But Folks, it's about freedom. And freedom needs to be preserved. And the reason that we need to preserve freedom is for the people we love.